Um, yo, yo, yo. Uh, so the title of this video is RCM. RCM stands for Ryder Cash Media. Uh, I think it's just something this dude I know like made in honor of his kid, um, or for his kid. Uh, I'm not trying to downplay that. I'm not. Yeah, it's gotta hurt. It has to hurt. Like to have your kid taken away. I really don't even want to talk about this, but you kind of see proof that one of the first people you met when you came to this town, like he's one of the first people I met when I came to this town. He's a decent guy sometimes. I don't know. I've had my problems with him. We grew up. We are now civil for, you know, I owed him some money for a little bit. Uh, I tried to like, dude, I'm your friend. I'll pay you back. Like, it's, like stay off my back a little bit. So I was, we're just teenagers. We're just teenagers at this time, and you know, my anxiety, like, the older I got around that time, it just got worse. It got worse. It got worse. So I'm like, dude, you're my friend. I'm gonna pay you back. Like, I ended up paying him back, and like, I guess he kind of thought it was just gonna go back to how it was, but I have my problems with him besides that, but we're civil now. Like, but this shit he's doing, you can't go about doing it like that, dude. Like, corruption does need to be exposed where we live. Like, this is true. The pain that you might feel for having your kid taken, yeah, I'm not. I can't even compare that. I don't have a kid. I don't know. I don't know how that would feel, but yeah, I hope you see this. I'll try to get it to you. This is why I'm doing this. Um, you can't like you can't put like these rap songs on the same shit that you're trying. Like, if you're calling the prosecutor of our county uh, a federal kidnapper, like, you gotta watch what you do, dude. Corruption does need to be exposed where we live, but keep it professional, man. You gotta keep it professional. If you're doing shit like that, you're. I get it, man. I get it, dude. I would be livid. I would. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Uh, like, make two separate accounts, and like when you're like trying to inform people, or if this is like therapeutic to you, to if this is therapeutic for you, just you can't, dude, man. Like, to be quite honest, like, it's making people that do like kind of want to help you, because there's many people, I'd say, maybe they don't have the same experience you do, but there are many people that feel wronged by the same people you're like. I want to get on board, but I can't get on board with like, I can't get on board this shit. It's okay. Um, like if it wasn't for if someone wants to see what the hell I'm talking about, it's Ryder Cash Media, Ryder Cash News. It should come up with some shit like that. Um, like when you got one video trying to say this judge, this prosecutor, these people are part of this big conspiracy kidnapping your kid. That's the words used by him. Um, I can't, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Like, I'd probably do something similar, honestly, if I felt like, they had no reason. I'd probably do something similar. Um, and like, really, like, I want to get on board, like, because I'll just, uh, I'll just type something in. Why, you know, we live in a town. There's lots of nosy neighbors, and it's like, with that being known, with knowing how people are and how close people live in certain sections. Okay, I'm gonna say a name. You can look this up. The name is Jack Vulgaris. Look up the name Jack Vulgaris. I am going to search it myself to know that, like, I'm spelling it right, because I'm gonna type it in the chat. I think that's it. Okay, I would have spelled it wrong. Yes. Okay. 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 So, for people to kind of understand, like, maybe I'm talking complete crazy shit. I'm gonna type this case. Shit. I'll have to. Okay. So I'll have to come in here on my YouTube and do a. So I'm gonna type this name. You can look up his name. It was on America's Most Wanted. I'll read the case. Come on. There you go. Boom. All right, there. So this happened like shortly after I lived here. Says it happened in 1997, so I would have been 15 years old. I remember riding my skateboard Just riding my skateboard around town, come up on this yard that has like a bulldozer in it. The all the neighbors are out. Just maybe someone did try to help, but for whatever reason, this still happened. I'm gonna read the case. I'm just gonna read it. So this is State versus Vulgaris. This is already after they fled town. They were put on America's Most Wanted. They got found in a homeless shelter in Oklahoma City, I do believe. So I'm not gonna. So you had J.B. Collier Jr., Mac Anderson for the prosecuting attorneys for the state. On June 3rd, 1997, Jack Vulgaris angrily pushed his stepdaughter. Okay, that's bad. Okay, that's bad, but it gets a lot worse. Angrily pushed his stepdaughter, 7-year-old Selena Gamble, down the hallway of their Ironton home. Selena lost consciousness and died several hours later. Appellant, Appellant and his wife, Mona Vulgaris, buried Selena in a trash can in the backyard and ultimately fled Ironton with their remaining 3 children. A jury convicted Appellant of murder, kidnapping, obstruction of justice. The Lawrence County Court of Common Pleas sentenced Appellant to consecutive terms totaling 37 years to life imprisonment for these offenses and for Appellant's prior pleas of guilty to endangering children, gross abuse of a corpse. They're not even saying like, okay, it's not even saying some of this shit. Not only not only did they bury this kid in a trash can, they buried the fucking dog with it too. So it's like I don't think it was in the same trash can. I guess maybe they thought like, oh, burying the body, put dirt over it, and then bury the dog on top of that. Maybe they won't dig further. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't just what. Whoa. So it wasn't just like. So here's my thought. Like I can't have a bonfire in my backyard without neighbors calling the fire marshal saying that I'm burning chemicals when I'm just, you know, I might have like a little bit of piece of styrofoam in there just to start it, like a starting log or something. Because if you've ever uh, done bonfires before, you kind of need a propellant. Um, whether it's a crumbled up piece of paper, a little piece of styrofoam, whatever. So I get the fire department down here, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm doing a bonfire. What are you burning? I'm like, brush, cardboard boxes, like smell it. It smells like a fire. Well, there's reports that it smelled like chemicals. Like, well, I mean, you smell bleach on the porch right now because I'm, kind of cleaning up the porch, sometimes with rain and shit, you get like green slime, moldy shit. So, it's bleach water and I mopped the front porch. Uh, like, you step away from the porch, it doesn't smell like bleach. You know, you smell the fire, it smells like a bonfire. So they kind of help me out. They're kind of like, if this happens again, have some hot dogs handy so you can cook over open flame. It's like the exception, basically, because we all do it up and down this river. We all, uh, other than like grandmas, like, there ain't no 70-year-old ladies fucking doing bonfires, but it's just kind of a common thing. Like, I didn't think it was a big deal. But for petty neighbors, it's a real easy thing to, oh, let's get people down there to aggravate them and ruin their fun. They didn't even put the fire out. Like, I think they knew what was going on. It was neighbors being petty. So here's my point. If I can't even have like a little bonfire, how does Jack Vulgaris fucking get away with? You gotta think, if you're, how much yelling was there? And that was a tiny house. Like, that house was probably smaller than my garage, and it's just right, tiny house, tiny house, tiny house. Nothing wrong with the tiny house. I wished I lived in a tiny house right now, and we're gonna work to change that after the holidays. We both kind of suffer from depression, anxiety. It's just a little bit overwhelming. So, trying to trying to not put too much pressure on us, or waiting. So I'm not going to say the dude's name who is in charge of Ryder Cash News, Ryder Cash Media. I know him though. I know him very well. I don't really hang out with him now, but um, yeah, he was like the first dude I met when I moved here. I knew people here already, but the first person I met on my own without the aid of my mom and her friends and this shit, this shit, that shit. He was the first person that I met on my own. So, like, just stating this, uh, there are probably a lot of people that want to want to help you, whether it's to go through the steps and processes of getting your kid back, or whether it's to tell their stories of how they feel wronged by the people that you feel wronged by. So I'm telling you, there's got to be a shit ton of people. Like, I would say a silent majority. Maybe there's not people that feel confident enough to get on a platform like this and discuss, or what have you. Like, just state for the record. Maybe not for the record, but just, we all have war stories with this shit. We all have our reservations about this shit. That name that I'm going to pin, can I pin it? The hell? Damn it. Can I come back in and pin it? I mean, there isn't anyone in here, so I mean, it should stay up top like that anyway, but and I can't read through all this shit. It's like kind of fucking with me just even reading it again, but if you just type that name in, it'll come right up, like on Google. 'Cause- but yeah, it's some real sick shit. It got on America's Most Wanted. Like, I mean, to me, the way I'm reading it, it almost feels like there's some not rich or wealthy, but we all have these families in in small towns like this where they just think they run the town, and yeah, so maybe because it says there was reports of investigations prior, but for whatever reason there was what said there was 5 kids in that house. Uh, remaining 3 children, so 4 kids in the house. I'm not gonna read the rest of it just because like it's pretty sad, but I read enough to where like it's some fucked up shit. So I'm gonna try to pin this name. Just yeah, I'm kind of interested in like are there pin message. There we go. All right. I'm kind of interested in some like horror stories because this is a horror story. Like there are very specific reasons why I don't trust law enforcement in my area. That's the main one. It's like, how was this shit allowed to happen? Since my dad died, and it's like obvious that a lot of the calls that get made to this house are just really petty. Why can't people actually care about something that's fucking important instead of just trying to fuck with someone? Where were people that are up my ass for just trying to calmly, peacefully live life? You know, I've never really made violent, threatening messages to people. I'm not the type of person to bang on someone's door and threaten them with violence just because they might have said a few words they don't like. Never using their name, never using their address. Just if I happen to say, some shit happened with some neighbors, it's kind of foul. I think. You know, who the fuck's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about when I'm that vague? The only people that are gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about are the people that feel guilty for what I'm talking about and want to protect their name or protect their image or what have you. I was scratching my nuts. Um, so my heart goes out to you, dude. Like it really does. I cannot, I cannot, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine like how bad that hurts. I feel bad enough when my dogs bust out, and I'm like, because these dogs are like a good chunk of my life. I've put a lot of effort into not only trying to do well for the dogs. Uh, excuse me. The weather has been so fucked up where I live. It's like one day it's like 60 degrees and sunny. Today, yesterday, it was like all rainy and cold. So that's kind of why I'm like a little congested. Uh, so I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how bad that hurts. But this is not the way to do it. I'm not going to give examples of what I mean by this. You can just, if someone wants to go far enough to look up Ryder Cash Media or Ryder Cash News, um, you can see what I'm talking about. Um, but I just don't think it's a good look to be in this small town to go as far as to say like these people are part of a kidnapping ring. Like that's I hate to say it, but some of this shit, like he does have like a smart ass sense of humor. When you're watching some of these videos, like some of the shit he's saying is just it makes you laugh. You know, it is like yeah, but this isn't the way to do it. You should probably create a separate channel if you're gonna put out rap music and shit. I will play a rap song because it's just fuck. Yeah, be on this, not bad. Okay, I'll just play a little bit of it. I don't know, maybe there's a copyright, you know. I'll play like 10 seconds of it. It's getting kind of late. You wanna come my way? Gonna go and have a couple of friends at my place. You can invite some of your friends, and my friends and we can all be friends and do what we do on the weekend. We can go have a couple more drinks I still got. Some Grey Goose and Ricky Moore from that other night. Yo, the beat's alright. And a full bottle of Patron, I don't really be drinking on. That ain't my type of shit. I seen you, I me from over there. I seen you smiling from ear to ear. I can't help but notice you was on my way, so I had to approach you and see what you wanna do. I can take you to. Alright. There's some other like, dude, what the fuck are you doing type shit. Like, let's see if I can fucking. Okay. Let's see if I can look up this one thing real quick. Um, for people that see this and don't want to dig further, like this is some of the videos titles. Uh, Former mayor involved in federal kidnapping. There's many videos. Some of them are specifically for, yeah, what I just showed. Uh, it's a few rap songs on here. Trying to find this one. We make money news. Fuck. Sorry for the dead air, but I'm looking for something. Uh, I might not be able to find it. There's tons of shit on here. A lot of it's just repeating. This is what I'm saying about some of this shit's funny. I can't help but laugh. Like, so they have the sheriff. He got a picture of him photoshopped with the Klan. uh, Holy fuck! Oh my god! I'm not even clicking on that. Okay, I'm not gonna find what I was looking for then. Damn it! I want because that he's a good boy, Mo. He's a good boy. I'd really like to find this though, because it's like the best song he's got on here. Um, Best is I should say my favorite. I'm not gonna find that. Maybe it's been deleted. But there's lots of rap songs on there. Um, this my advice would be try to be more professional because these are very serious accusations. And, when you got shit on here, it's just gonna make people bust out laughing. Like, I don't wonder, like, how serious are you taking it? You know, and I don't think too many people would have a problem for someone trying to fight for their rights, someone trying to digest all this information as far as like, what's really going on. Um, I'm not going to completely disavow what that. You know, but yeah, there's probably a lot of people that would want to get on board and help, even people you've had problems with in the past. I don't think anybody wishes a family being broken up like that. No one's going to be happy about that. There's many reasons why there's some people skeptical of like some of this small town bullshit we deal with, like Jack Walgaris. How the fuck did that happen when like certain neighbors just can't even live life without, constant welfare checks and accusations, uh, family teaming up with prosecutors to write false affidavits to basically shock the office and incarcerate innocent people. What's up, Terry? Um, I would want to possibly collaborate, tell my story. It's not anything that severe. I don't have kids. No kids got taken away from me, but still, just with this, excuse me, with this example specifically, Jack Vulgaris shit. It's just through my experience of when I've needed help and I've called police about certain things. The responding officers sometimes they show uh, interest and care. So I'm not saying this about all officers. It's mainly the office, the inner workings of the office, dealing with the prosecuting, the district attorney's office. I think there is maybe corruption, may not be the best word, but there's some fucked up shit. And if they were on it, like they try to act like they're on some bullshit, like, it's like they'll respond to petty calls. They'll they'll take certain things to court, or you know even if it's just to bring someone in the courtroom, charge them hundred some odd dollars for the court case just to dismiss. Yeah, it's a quick $100 for like what, 15 minutes. They got to make money, and then it's like the innocent person that's getting their case dismissed, but they still have to pay the court costs. It ain't right. It's not right. But then like shit like this happens. A little girl got murdered. Not only did the little girl get murdered, not only did the little girl get injured, there's like probably time to save her life. Is going to put her body in a trash can, and then to think like, oh, they're going to dig this up, and when they find the dog, they'll just quit digging and we'll get away scot free. Let's go to Oklahoma and dude. So one, if people like remember America's Most Wanted, how it like ruled that time slot, like back in the 90s. Yo, that shit really worked. Yo, that shit really worked. 'Cause you could have had a fucking maniac killer out on the loose, free, if it wasn't for America's Most Wanted. And that falls back on to my community. I'm not saying everyone turned a blind eye to it. I'm not saying everyone just went deaf on it, but evidently a lot of people did. Was that the neighbors? Because I mean, I'm thinking, because that house is, this isn't to put that house down. And I wonder if the people, of course, the people living there now know what's going on. I would think. um, Maybe they don't. I don't know how many times that house changed hands, but I know that house very well. And it's like a small 1-story ranch house. It's probably the size of my garage. That's not a flex. I'm just, if people see this and they know, like, pretty small backyard, you know, that section, that block, it's kind of got like 2 rows of houses. You know, one is pointed riverside, and then on the back side, those houses pointing towards the highway. So in the middle, they're basically sharing yards. It's like the front side has a backyard fence, and then backyard house looking towards the highway. It's like river, front yard, house, backyard, backyard, house, front yard, highway. So it's like joined, it's connected. So it's not going to take a lot of noise to alert, you know, like there weren't dogs around there. I guarantee you, like making that much noise, digging up a grave, putting a dead body in a trash can, putting dirt to fill that grave, putting a dead dog on top of that to try to. Now, that's something that wasn't in the report. Maybe my information is wrong with that, but to my knowledge, I remember it wasn't just a kid in there. It was a dog too. And I'm thinking they put that dog in that grave hoping, oh, they'll find the dog. Oh, that's what the smell's coming from. And you had all these neighbors just basically like, where were they at when that shit was going on? Like I'm only like 14, 15 at the time. So it was just very overwhelming to me. But, it, you know, if people wonder, like, why sometimes I'm just like, I don't trust certain situations when it comes like having to report it to the police. It's because I was kind of old enough to finally like understand like law and order, and I'm just, it's before I'm an adult. I'm a young teenager. This is this is one specific reason why a lot of us around here may have doubts and reservations to even like call the cops, even when like, why didn't you call the cops? Well, it's because you know people that are supposed to protect and serve. Some of the officers do care. Some of the officers really do care. I'm not going to say all of them are pieces of shit. I'm not even going to say any of them are pieces of shit. It's just, how the fuck did that happen? with as nosy as everyone is around here, certain people can't get by with like having a bonfire. How the fuck does this happen? If anybody wants to defend, like, I have family in the court, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, well, if you're going to brag about having family in the court and they're going to dictate how certain people live their lives and this shit, that shit, okay, well, you don't have a perfect record. So I don't think that's something to, like, be too enthusiastic about. If my town is going to get national headlines, I'd rather it not be for shit like this. So with Ryder Cash Media, Ryder Cash News, I would say dude's name because I know him very well. Uh, I just, my heart goes out to you. This ain't really just to clown on you. My heart truly goes out to you because that's gotta hurt. I can't, I can't, I can't imagine and I can't compare anything I've done to that. Oh man, that's sad. It's just a sad situation all over. But I'm not thinking just because I know certain things about him and how he used to lead his life in the past. Excuse me. Sometimes it takes a kid for someone to change their life. So he's a decent guy. He's he's a little hot headed, whatever. Um, but Jesus fucking Christ, man, like just I would suggest like retitling all your videos, or possibly even deleting them. Because like when you're doing shit like that, they could hit me up on like defamation of character, slander. Man, it's just you know, if you care about like, I'm not even gonna say, of course he cares about his. I hope he cares about his kid. Do it the right way. Don't stoop to their level. A lot of people want to get behind this. They really do. Like when I first heard about it, I'm kind of, what the fuck? I found out about it on like Facebook or one of the two. Facebook led me to YouTube. YouTube led me to Facebook. One of the two. I don't know. I think it might have even just been searching some shit. Like, I wonder if some of my buddies have some channels, and that may have been how I came across it. I don't know. So I'm not like buddy buddy with him now like that. Like I was in high school. Just different crowds, man. It's nothing really too major. Just petty shit. A debt of like a couple $100 is. If he would have given me time for, you know, have like a couple few month plan and just, calm down, dude. Like, let me pay you in $50 installments. Like fucking instead of playing that Billy Badass gangster. Like, if we're supposed to be friends, you give me a loan and you write my name on a notebook and I pay back that loan, but you forgot to scratch my name out of that notebook, but yet you're still saying I owe you this fucking money, which I paid that back too. So I paid that loan back twice. Like, fucking came up in a fucking work, uh, made me lose my job, which that falls back on me. I could have paid back the loan twice. But it's like every time he fucking heard me like making money, he has to come infiltrate, even though one of the main things I was trying to do was save up a little bit of money to pay him back as soon as possible, and he wouldn't let me do that. But I still did it, and I paid that loan back twice. And this is like decades ago, like 10, 15 years ago. Excuse me. So, and I got issues about that. And I just don't think that was settled right, especially if we were supposed to be friends. But, it is what it is. You can't say I didn't pay it back now because I paid it back twice. But just because you fucking forgot to scratch my name out of a notebook, I had to pay it back twice. You running a scam. With that being said, I still saying he's a decent person. It's just he got wrapped up in some shit and he kind of lost himself and he lost sight of who his real friends were. But I'm not going to completely clown on this situation because there is a victim. A kid did get taken away from their family, and that's sad. And just because prosecuting attorneys' offices, CPS, were the ones that took the kid away, doesn't like, oh, well, CPS took the kid away. It must have been deplorable conditions. No, because I don't trust the system here. I don't think a lot of people trust the system here. And a lot of people would want to get behind this if it's a valid reason. But when you're making these accusations, even if they're true, dude, we live in a real small area. These people kind of have control over how a lot of people live. There are people that are in fear of pissing off the wrong person just because they might have family in the court and that they'll do shit like this. It is it is beyond me how this shit happens. So I'm not siding with anyone. All I'm saying is if you're trying to blow the top off of corruption, you're trying to expose corruption in my area, and a lot of people want to help. You can't make it to where we can't help you. And no one can really get behind this with like titling videos like it's just maybe he's putting titles to those videos to get exposure for the topic, but let's see like top view count. So last I'm gonna do, let's just see top view count. Well, I'm not even gonna look at top view count. I'm just gonna look through like the average. So we got 8 views, 7, 7, 1, 8, 5, 2, 11, none, 3, 2, 8, 3, 9, 6, 4, 7, 2, none, 4, 2, 4, 59, 9, 6. Well, the one that has 59 views has an innocent title. Elect Jeff Blakeman, Lawrence County Commissioner. So that kind of proves it there. It's like, out of all those videos, the one that's titled very innocent title has the most views. So these shocking headline things, they ain't working. They're not going to work. Prosecutor Brigham Anderson scandal. I'm not going to watch this whole thing, but
We prove in a court of law. Do you and Brigham want to go up on the witness stand? Huh? I mean, because you might just have to. You don't.
I'm not going to play all that. I'm not going to play all that. So anyway, I guess the Electoral College is voting today. Maybe after, because like all these people are saying with the election, the court can't call the election, the media can't call the election. Well, the Electoral College does. The Electoral College is voting today, and I guess I'm gonna kind of look at some of that to see if there's any fuck shit going on, and if the Electoral College votes the way the election went, and can we just shut the fuck up about this shit and move on? Like, even for people that voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016, some of those people that voted for Hillary Clinton hated Hillary Clinton. Hello, my name's Jonathan Lowe. I hate Hillary Clinton. I hate Hillary Clinton now worse than I did before. Yeah. But it's basically when you get in an election, you vote for the lesser of two evils. You know, very rarely do you have a fucking candidate that one is enthusiastic about or that one would have faith in. You know, usually it's just, they don't seem to be as big of a piece of shit, or they seem to be a little more qualified to do this work. You know, it's usually something like that. Very rarely, which I'm sure there are lots of fucking tampon fucking sucking stupid dyke feminist bitches like, we need a woman president. Well, maybe she should have fucking said more shit than Trump sucks. We all knew Trump sucks. Well, a lot of us knew Trump sucks. We didn't need some fucking stupid bitch that didn't know how to suck a dick right telling us that. Fuck you, Hillary Clinton. Made us go through 4 years of just shit. So, however way the Electoral College votes, this has to be the end of it, right? I guess we'll see. But you know, for Ridercast Media, Ridercast News, um, can you please change your tone? Be more professional about it. Be more adult about it. Because what you're doing is really serious. I'm honestly afraid for your safety. Because we live in this small town, and I've been threatened by people, you know, had my body chopped up, and, you know, they're going to find it floating down the Ohio River. I know how these people in the court act. Now, it wasn't a court official, it wasn't a court employee that told me that, but it was a relative of. Um, I know how these people act. I know how these people think, and I think they do get away with some fuck shit. I really do. Yeah, maybe not murder. You know, honestly, it's not like I'm just gonna let someone chop up my body. Yeah, so even if it comes to that, I'll defend myself. I'm not that big of a pussy. Um, but I know how these people think. I know how control hungry they are. I know how they like, well, if you don't like how the majority of people live in this town, well, move. No, we live in America. You know, we can have difference of opinion, but still keep peace. It's what democracy is. That's what law and order is for. To prevent shit like Jack Walgaris. To prevent shit like that. This should be Like they should teach this shit in school. Not in America. I'm saying in my town, in my area, in my county, they should teach this case. Some people might say, "Oh, that happened so long ago. Why are you even talking about it?" Uh, we still talk about World War II. Just because something happened in the past doesn't mean that we can't learn from it and be better. Just be better all the way around. Be better. You know, the court, they can be better. They could be more proactive instead of just making it suck so bad here that people have to turn to crime. People have to turn to meth labs. People have to turn to petty theft. People have to turn to all this shit is because our county does not provide anything. And it's not just like, oh, they should provide it. No, we pay taxes. Where's these tax dollars going? Like a walkway on the flood wall for fucking old people that live on the north end? But yet, everyone in town paid for that. Everyone in town paid for the fucking reconstruction of the dome. Who the fuck does that help? Other than, and it looks gaudy as fuck. It looks like a goddamn Lego piece. It looked better when there was like patine on the fucking copper, on the copper dome. It looked better then, I thought, but whatever. So just be better all the way around. Anyone that hears this, be better. Like, don't make these accusations to where like people that want to fucking help, people that want to speak up with you, because that's the only way we're going to make a change is to come together and speak. That's the only way. Is these people that have power now, they make it to where they just feel defeated and we feel like we're alone. I understand the frustration. I cannot understand the pain. I I can't. I don't have much in my life to compare that to because I don't have kids. Even if something happens with my mom and shit, like, that's my mom. I love her, but I don't know what having a kid is like. So I'm not trying to downplay the pain. All I'm saying is, it seems this is this is a topic that is important and make it to where people are not afraid because anyone that gets connected to that has to worry about their freedom and their safety because this has to piss off. Like, you don't think they know about this shit? Yeah. They don't think you don't think they know about like you recording shit in court and posting it on YouTube. So this has to be pissing off a lot of people. And these people can restrict our freedoms. There's good things, there's bad things about living in a small town like mine. That would be like one of the bad things. Um, just this network of people that control shit. Like they pass it down. Like, yeah, it's like they train their kids to take the reins. It's like a monarchy, I guess is what you call it, right? Let me look up that word, make sure it's fitting. Yeah, because, you know, just for example, in the last election, one of these people, a member of the Andersons, was running unopposed. So, like, it's almost feels like it's set up because they're not giving us any choices. but maybe no one feels confident in running against them. So, in essence, it feels like a monarchy instead of democracy. Maybe I'm not using the right word. We'll find out. Monarchy, a form of government with a monarch at the head, the monarch and royal family of a country. So yeah, it seems to be kind of fitting. Like even though they have elections and shit, a lot of times you got people running unopposed. So why even? You know, people want to get behind this. People want to help you. You're making it to where we can't. Like I even want to fucking like put a comment up and just yo dude, call me. I can't. I can't put my name on this shit. It's like a similar type of situation is going on with YouTube right now. Just like this one dude and his videos only consist of a real touchy subject. Yeah, I can't really tell my friend, I want to. I know it's only a little petty fucking 5 to 10 subs, but hey, it's 5 to 10 subs here, 5 to 10 subscriptions here, this, that, and the other. I gotta watch what I say because if I say sub on here, someone might think I'm talking about something else. Subscriptions, YouTube subscriptions. So 5 10 subs here, 5 10 subs here. It adds up. But I can't tell my real life friends to join this page or whatever, watch this. I can't do that. I can separate myself from it, but I, you know, I want to get on here and be like, yo, check this dude out, check that dude out. I can't, I can't, I can't tell people to get on here and just, yeah, check this dude out because he does a lot of fuck shit. No. So just be better. Yeah, that's advice for even to myself. Be better. People do want to help. People do want to help. A lot of us can't get over this Jack Valgaris situation. It just can't. You we're growing up. We try to live our life, be a law abiding citizen. When in need, call upon the police. Like, when my life's threatened or this shit going on. Oh, I can't do anything about that because you don't have it on. Anybody can say anything. Well, why did I go to jail for getting in an argument with my uncle? Like, families sometimes have arguments. Like, when I have serial numbers of a telescope and a firearm that was stolen from me, I file a police report just because it's with my uncle and he's friends with the prosecuting attorney or was friends. He's dead. Rest in peace. Rest in piss, Terry Lowe. Rest in piss. Um, fuck rest in power. Fuck rest in peace. Rest in piss. Rest in piss, Terry Lowe. So when I go through the proper channels of trying to be a law-abiding citizen, trying to do the right thing, trying to do it, uh, trying to do it in the fashion of what we're told we're supposed to do it, and the officer that responded to said call is actually helpful, very polite, understood the dynamic, but his job limits him to where he's not the prosecuting attorney, and he told me that. He's like, you can file out a police report if you have the serial numbers, if you have this, if you have that, that's going to help out a lot. But You did tell us that there was a discussion that your mom said they could borrow it. Like, yeah, not have it, borrow it. Like, they done sold it. Like, that's not right. And there was never an event of like handing it over. I'm helping my mom get ready because she thinks she's going to see family for a few minutes and she got really excited for that. So while I'm helping her get ready, they come up in the house or the garage, well, house and garage, and just, you know. So I'm not so much that officer that responded to the call, and he had been down here several times. That that was a good dude. That was one of the good ones. Even if I knew his name, I wouldn't say his name because I don't want to throw him under the bus. He's one of the good ones. So with that being said, just be better, please. We want to help. We want to get our story out too. I'd like to build a network of some of this shit of people that have valid stories, people that have experience with this shit. So that's the only way we're gonna change it is to come together and expose some of this shit in the proper way. Um, these videos titled certain things that you can't, I don't know.